The year was 1985, and Cindy was getting ready to graduate from the University of Wisconsin-Stout with a degree in elementary education. She was the editor of her college yearbook when she was approached by Walsworth about a career opportunity as a yearbook sales rep. She took the job, thankfully, and 40 years later, it's the only career she's ever had. A few comments from her advisors. There's absolutely no way I could do this yearbook thing without Cindy. Even if I could, I wouldn't want to. Cindy's my rep, but more than that, she's a trusted friend. Love her. Cindy and I talk more about our families than yearbooks when she visits. A mentor and a friend to so many in this room, including me. Cindy Waternider.
Wow. As most of you know, this isn't my forte, but I'm going to give it a go. It seems really cliche to say, it feels like yesterday, but to me, right now, it seems really significant to say that. It was August 26, 1985. I was a 22-year-old art education graduate who was driving my first used car, a 1968 blue Cutlass Oldsmobile that was my grandma's, to Marceline, Missouri. I stayed at the Lamplighter for 2 nights. I had dinner with Dave and Sharon Ramberg at their home. At the plant, I met with Dave, John Klum, and met Don Sr. for the first time. They asked me if I had any sales experience, and I confidently said yes. I sold Girl Scout cookies, and I was damn good at it. Evidently, that was enough to put me in a brand new territory with no existing customers. I had no idea what starting from scratch meant. I signed my contract along with Rush Johnson for $22,000 a year, and I was an instant district sales manager. And I only know that because after my parents passed away, I found my first business card that they had kept. My training consisted of being handed over a large black case and a good luck from my trainer with an under-the-breath statement of, "You're never going to make it." Little did he know. In January of '86, my parents dropped me off at the airport for my first national sales meeting, which was in Las Vegas. I remember it vividly since it was the first time I was ever on a plane. The meeting was very eye-opening for me for one particular reason. As I walked into my first session, all I could see was a sea of men. You could count the females on one hand. I remember a couple names, Esther Garcia, who was an international sales rep, and a younger woman named Melinda Bird. I knew then that I was going to be successful at this. Back in my territory, I built confidence and relationships quickly. I typed proposals on a typewriter for mainly paste-up schools as I was being trained on my first computer, an Apple IIc. Comtran was just released at that time as a word processing program, so we wouldn't have to count characters anymore. I was signing new business, loving my job, and I started understanding personally for me the power of Walsworth yearbooks. The power of Walsworth yearbooks. This is why I've been part of this yearbook family and partnership for 40 years. There's no other reason. I believe in the power of the relationships we build with our school community and the impact that we make on their lives. We make a difference through mentoring, training, teaching, and just being there with integrity and being a positive role model. This job is way too hard to do unless you believe that. I realize the power of walking into a classroom with energy, confidence, and enthusiasm, knowing that in my heart, there is nobody that cares more about their yearbook program, staffs, and advisors than I do. Nobody can make more of an impact, go above and beyond, and always make the right decisions to deliver beautiful books in boxes that say, "Thank you for trusting us to preserve the moments that define the year," than we do. That is the power of Walsworth yearbooks. On my first visit in the fall, the first thing I do when I walk into a classroom is I thank them. It always gets their attention, and as we know, sometimes that's really hard to do. I thank them for being in the class. I thank them for being in the class that day. I tell them how much I appreciate them. And then we talk about why. I talk about how lucky they are to be the only ones that get to tell the story of the year. They're the only ones. How cool is that? That is the power of Walsworth yearbooks. As I reflect upon my 40 years, I can't possibly do it without thanking everybody working in the plant. One of the favorite experiences I have is helping out on third shift in 2020 for a couple of days. All their hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed. I thank the countless managers. No idea how many I've had, I think maybe 9. And a handful of customer service representatives over the years. But one in particular needs a shout out, and that's Damon. He's not here. But I had a really difficult last year as well, and I couldn't have gotten through it without him. Our customer service team is amazing and treats our customers as if they were family. They all believe in the power of Walsworth yearbooks and make a difference in our school lives as well. And I thank the Walsworth family for taking a chance on me. This career has helped shape who I am and has had a profound impact on my life. I feel so lucky to be a part of it. So, I raise my glass to all of you. Continue to embrace the daily, be kind, work hard, and stay humble. Change the lives of others through grit and with grace. Go big. Be the yearbook goat. And as Nora Guinea would say, be tremendous. And as Mary Slater would say, ride the wave. Because in my eyes, there's no better wave to ride. Hold tight in your mind and your heart your power, and never forget it. And as the yearbook boxes also say, do you believe in love at first sight? That is the power of Walsworth yearbooks. Cheers.
Ooh. Thank you again, Cindy. For those younger ones out there, I know you already love it here, but my gosh, if she's not an inspiration for everyone in this room to pour their heart, soul, and kindness into what we do every day, give it up one more time for Cindy Wunschneider.